brilliant. Even if she never have the millions, you know she still live up. And she always moves so militant.
What's up, everybody tuning in? It's Melody Mondays in your 15s. We're interviewing Tough Like Iron tonight. Big interview tonight. The Empress Aguan with Movement. She's a busy woman, a true queen. This is the single we'll be talking about tonight. Turn it down a little bit so you guys can hear me. Big up Roots Life Music. Yes, this is a Roots Life Music produced track that we'll be talking about tonight. True Queen with Tough Like Iron. Big track, along with other beautiful empresses on the rhythm as well. We will talk about the rhythm. We'll talk about what's going on with Tough Like Iron. We are live to air right now on the rootsreggaehub.com. And we're also live to air on a lot of other platforms, TuneIn app as well. But we will be getting into the interview. I'm going to send her an invite. Sorry, guys. I'm playing with the levels here to make sure everything sounds good for the radio listeners. Bless up everyone who's tuned in on rootsreggaehub.com around the world. This is a global movement, guys, as you know. It's not just the InstaLive here. It's also my radio people that I'm speaking to as well. Bless up, Steve, and everyone joining us. I'm going to send Tough Like Iron an invite. I know she's traveling. She just landed, I believe, in Jamaica. Invite to join us. But yeah, what do you guys think? That's the track I've been promoting. Cannot hear me? You guys can hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Blessed love, Empress. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. If you can't hear me, I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Someone in the chat said that they couldn't hear me. So I just want to make sure that everyone can hear us. I played with the radio levels a little bit as well. Now that you're here, I can turn up your level a little bit for the radio listeners. It's not just InstaLive. We're also live on the radio, internet radio, on rootsreggaehub.com. So there's a lot of listeners around the world as well joining us on Twitter, on all our social media platforms. And I know you just landed in Jamaica.
Yes, just a few hours ago.
Yeah, how is
good
it there?
Vibes. Drinking my June plum, relaxing, you know?
June plum?
Good vibe. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love it. And Jamaica's doing big things as far as the athletes and stuff go. And I know the weather's nice and the vibes are nice. And you're there for an event, right?
I'm there. I'm here for several different things that we're doing, but we're gonna be party on the 30th in St. Thomas called Temperature Beach Rave. So I'm here. I'm gonna be performing, and my selector's coming tomorrow from LA, and so we in the place holding a vibe. It's a joy.
Holding a vibe. I love you
Yeah,
because you have so much positivity that you give off.
Oh, so much.
Yeah, you have such this positive energy about you, and your vibe, your spirit, you shine. You're a very bright star, shining. So, and you're doing so much, as far as your artistry goes. You're a very intelligent, gifted woman, an artist. So that's why I love to big up empresses like you, people who are doing a lot of things and are super impressive, in their movements globally. So I was super interested in interviewing you as well. Roots Life Music, the production behind True Queen, the producer behind True Queen. Also, we talk and DM and stuff like that. And I said, oh man, this is a great opportunity to kind of pick your brain and see who you are as a person and how you came to be this this gifted soul that you are. So for anyone who doesn't know you, anyone listening on the radio has never heard your music before, maybe they have no idea who you are. Tell us in your own words who Tough Like Iron is.
Well, I'm tough like iron, y'all. It's me. I know people be like, "You're tough like iron." Yes, me. It's it's a vibe that just kind of keeps me motivated and positive on my journey to stay firm, because there's always a lot of things to, distract you. Going to Jamaica since I was a kid, so just had a lot of connection with Jamaica since I was young.
We lost the video for a second. I'm gonna see if I can turn off my Wi-Fi and get a better connection. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. I'm gonna send her another invite so we can do a proper intro for Tough Like Iron. Sometimes we get these little connection issues, guys, but what can you do? I know I'm sweating too. I'm really hot. It's hot today in Toronto. Can you hear me?
Yes. Connection went
Okay,
back.
good. Sorry, I turned off my Wi-Fi because I wasn't sure if it was on my end or your end.
Well,
So just to be safe, I restarted my Wi-Fi.
It could be over here. I'm at the Airbnb and there is Wi-Fi, but it maybe is not all that strong, perhaps. So.
Yeah. Well, you look clear now, so it could have been on my end too. My internet was acting slow today, so just to be safe, I shut it off. And I'm working on data. Pardon? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. We'll give you. I'll restart the intro a little bit for people who don't know you in your own words, so we can hear about you. Tell me who Tough Like Iron is. This sort of beautiful flower on the outside, but obviously you got some toughness. So let me know what you're all about. Let the people know on the radio who Tough Like Iron is in your own words.
My name is Tough Like Iron from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a reggae and fusion artist. I do different types of music. I also have a clothing line called Tough Like Iron. I also am into all kinds of different creative things. I just like creative stuff, art, graphics, video concepts and production, and and the name Tough Like Iron is just like a motto, as I was saying, to stay firm and keep yourself focused on the journey, because there's a lot of stuff to throw you off and make you doubt yourself, and so you gotta stand up and be strong if you're gonna make it, and I plan to make it. So you have to just stay tough, because you won't make it if you're too soft. If you're soft, it won't work out for you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a
tough
world
done.
too.
I'm in the get it done department. I would make something happen,
Yeah.
Because it's tough. You're always doing things.
So your name speaks to your drive, how driven you are.
Yes, that is it.
I love that so much. Tell me about your childhood growing up. Tell me about your family life, your foundation. I like to start interviews learning about the foundation of how, the roots of sort of your tree of sorts.
Well, like I said, I'm from New York. My mother is from New York. My father is from. He was born in St. Vincent and grew up in Trinidad. And I have been coming to Jamaica since I was 8. So I've always been very much more closer kind of with Jamaica, but I do have, you know, Caribbean roots. And growing up in New York, honestly, I came from a kind of a not so great household in which there's a lot of like domestic violence and, you know, aggression and, you know what I mean? That's even kind of part of the name too. So I had to really stay firm so that I didn't get mashed up because I've been taking care of myself since I was 14. I've been a young girl traveling. I used to go to Jamaica. I had some family friends who I used to come and stay here with. And I used to be in New York with some other family friends. And, you know, thankfully I was always blessed and I always kept my focus and I never, you know, I could have done anything. I could have become a drug addict or done anything. But I always was into creativity and art and I used the freedom that I had because I didn't have any supervision whatsoever. So I mostly used that time to do things that I was interested in, like creating my fashion line. So I started that when I was 18. And I do crocheting, I do crochet hats, I sew, I do screen printing. And so I did that for many years in New York and in Jamaica. I did a lot of fashion shows in Brooklyn and here in Kingston as well. And then I started doing music like about 8 years ago with Java Eagle. So big ups to Gideon every time who was like, yo, Tough, you need to come and record that. That sounds good. And Sila who recorded it and all the whole family who keep it blazing from then till now. Right now, I'm based in LA and I am also an MC with my selector, Callie Madden, who's coming tomorrow. And so we play in the dance too. It's like, you know, different vibes, roots vibe, dance hall vibes, different kind of vibes. And I'm the MC. We just played in Las Vegas. And I'm also a part of the Dancer Mafia family, with Blocka the Dancer and his people them. So we have some new projects that we're working on with Dancer Mafia Records. So look out for those on the horizon as well. Lots of exciting stuff happening. And True Queen video is out now, which was it was such a joy to create. I really love this piece of art. It makes me very emotional every time when I watch it. I shed a little tear, you know. I'm tough, but I'm also very sensitive, y'all. I'm sensitive. I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love that video. That was produced by Roots Life Music from Brooklyn, New York, as well. It's always cool to link up with, you know, Brooklyn people and do some stuff. And
Yeah.
the video was filmed by Tizzy Tokyo, who is my sister. So it was good to have. I said, let's get a female videographer because this is True Queen. So we want to represent for the woman. And that's even what the song is about. It's like, yes, you know, women are beautiful, you're beautiful, we're beautiful. Okay, you're beautiful, yes, that's great. And it's important to be beautiful and care about your appearance and self-love and self-care and all that stuff. But there's also like, it's important to have more than that, to not just be focused on that alone. I think it's just my personal opinion, you know, and it seems like today, a lot of times, even with the social media stuff and people being bombarded with all these images, like little girls and young people are just, it's like, makes you kind of, sometimes it seems like people maybe more insecure about their body and their image and feel like they need to go get a fake ass or they need to go get some, you know, something injected in their lip and this and that and all this stuff. And, you know, that's kind of what the song is kind of speaking to, like, yes, beauty, but, you know, you're more than beautiful as well. So having other stuff to offer and building your life around other things besides just your beauty and not discounting the beauty because that's a really important part of our lives, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, nourishing the other talents and the other things that we have to offer and recognizing that queens do have a lot to offer. And like Tizzy Tokyo might be beautiful and she'll shoot you an amazing video and edit it as well. So I feel like sometimes we kind of get reduced to just your looks and that's it, you know what I mean? Or you're just here because you look cute and whatever. you know, even when you go to the parties and stuff, and they have the bottle girls or stuff, like you have this like, oh, you're cute, and you know, so you sell things as promotion. But we could also be the CEO. We could also run the company. We're pretty great. Like we kind of organize stuff and
Yeah.
detail oriented. You know, I love working with Tizzy because she always kind of plans out things in a different way than some of the male directors that I work with. So I big up to the kings them for real, same way, because you know it's a king and queen universe. It's not just all about one side or anything. But yeah, the True Queen project was really a joy, and we brought together a bunch of different women that are from South Florida area. So big ups to all the queens who came and represented, and especially to the little girl who came to be in the video. She was so
So beautiful.
talented, and
She's so good.
she's my she's a friend of mine daughter, and I would go over to their house and she would always be telling me about how she likes to dance and she likes to sing, and you know she would say that she was very confident. So I was like, "Bet I'm put you in a video. Watch this." And then
Wow.
so she came. My friend went and picked her up, and that's her little baby sister in the video as well, and her mom. And so my friend picked them up. And when she came into the room first, she was kind of like, she was a little bit nervous, you know. She's maybe 7 or something like that, 7 years old. And I'm like, all right, you was talking all that talk.
Yeah, get ready to walk the walk, girl.
She got a little bit shy when she came in at first, and so her mom had talked to her and calmed her down and ting, and then she was ready. She got up there, she was like, hey, she was ready. I was like, okay, I see you. And then when it was finished, she was like, oh, so what are you doing tomorrow? She was like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, we should do another video tomorrow. You know, are you busy?
Nice. Confidence.
So
Great.
she was ready.
Yeah.
Confidence up. Like a princess with the confidence up. She was like, oh, yes, I'm ready for another video tomorrow.
I love that. I love the visuals. I love your interaction with her. It's very genuine in the video. And
She's
she
my little.
seems like a natural.
Yeah, definitely. And it was important for me. I was like, I want to find a little girl with a very dark complexion, you know. They're from Trinidad, you know. And obviously, we love all people and we represent for all humanity, you know. But we want to see these people get their big up and get their flowers. You know what I mean? So it was important to me to have a little girl that looked like how she looked being crowned in my video to say, yes, you are beautiful and also so much more. You know what I mean? So that's really what the whole vision behind the True Queen video was, and I think we pulled it off pretty well. You know, I love what we did. So big ups to the whole Roots Live, big ups to Tizzy, big ups to all the sister and them and Reg and them who helped us put it together. And you know, good work, team.
Yes, good teamwork. I love the concept for the video. I love the little girl you used, and how you
We created that concept also. Created by Tizzy Tokyo with, you know, where our input, we found the locations. I got all those people. Those are all friends and people that I contacted and say, I want to have queens representing that look different, you know, different ages, different races, different sizes. And then at the end of it, the little black girl gets the crown. You know what I mean? That was very important to me. So it really was beautiful, and I love it. So glad we were able to share it with the world, and I hope people appreciate it as much as I do.
so well done. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you guys need to check it out. The True Queen visual release, the video, and also you have some other music videos too that I will talk about as well. You've been really busy these last few years. Which hats off to you, because we've all been going through, you know, the pandemic and everything that happened. A lot of people lost loved ones. Some had canceled shows. I'm sure you had canceled shows as an MC. So how were you able to do so much? How did you stay motivated through a crisis, through a global crisis? You know, how are you able to drop your album, Elemental, right? And
well, I was mostly in Jamaica for a lot of that time. I was here for like about 8 months out of the pandemic. So it was hectic, like with this curfew thing, and you had to like leave all the time and rush home with the curfew. So that was annoying. But other than that, I don't really mind not going places. It doesn't bother me. I'm used to going out a lot and also staying in, and I have lots of stuff to create. I always have 1 million things I could be doing or working on or thinking of. I could always be crocheting. I could always be writing a song. I could always be working on video concepts or ideas and different stuff. So it also gave me a lot of time to where, you kind of had to focus in a way there wasn't much to do. So it was just like, you got all your time to yourself to work on what you want to work on, and people are just home, like they were, you know what I mean? So it was a good time also to put out content because people were home and they were not as busy as they usually are. So people were consuming a lot of music and movies and art and, you know what I mean, visual stuff during that time. So it was a good time to be releasing stuff because you had a big audience that was just there, and all the people started DJ online and different stuff.
Yes.
You know, we just kind of adapt and keep it moving. It wasn't that much of an effect on someone like me because I've been self-employed for most of my life, and I've been, doing art and creativity and selling my clothing and doing shows and different stuff. So I haven't been like somebody who had an office job or something like that. And people who had to stay home now that weren't used to it and different stuff. So I think it was more hard on those people because they didn't know what to do. I can think of 1 million things to do at my house, you know, on any given day. So it's not like I'm gonna get too bored or run out of stuff to, you know what I mean, keep myself occupied. I can always be writing music. I can always be thinking of concepts and ideas. I can always be creating clothing ideas or crochet. Like I said, I have so many.
Yes.
I have way too many things to do.
Yes. You could work 7 days a week, right?
I work 8 days a week.
There you go.
How does that even work? I'm not sure, but me do it.
Yes. I understand the feeling. I know it well as a business owner. I could literally work every single day. I have to tell myself that I need time for myself and remind myself as well that, you need a social life and stuff like that too.
Well, see, there's a lot of socializing and stuff involved in music as well.
True.
And going out to places and you meet people and you talk to people. So it's sorry, my battery is on 20%. But it's cool traveling and meeting people and all that stuff with the music. But then sometimes I'm like, I don't even really know, what do I like to do? What do I like to do? Um, I like to go to river and the beach and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you can get inspiration from there. I do want
Yeah,
to talk about what inspires you as well. Tell me what inspired Elemental album that you released. Sam Diggy, right?
yeah. Sam Diggy is my longtime virgin who I used to hang out with in the studio as a teenager out here in Jamaica, and he would be doing all these. Um, he did a lot of songs and dub plates, and all the people would be there. Cartel and all these people would be there. So it was very exciting to me at the time, but I didn't start doing music until later. So later he moved to California, and we were able to work on that project together there in California. So it was kind of like a family project as well, just bringing the culmination of our friendship in a musical stampede, you know what I mean? So it was like elemental. It's kind of like inspired by the different elements. So it's supposed to be like a journey where there's some vibes that are like fiery and some vibes that are, smooth like the water, and some that kind of blowing through like the breeze, you know what I mean? Give you the whirlwind effect. So
Yes.
it's like yeah, it's kind of like Captain Planet. You know what I mean? If you could remember that. That's kind of
I
what I
do
was.
remember that. And it does have all the elements involved in nature, and it seems like you're very grounded in that. in your foundation. So that has a lot to do with your music and inspiration, clearly. I
Yeah,
love that.
nature is vital. And as somebody who grew up in New York City, we didn't have that much of it. So all my time that I spent in Jamaica has always been very like um, grounding for me, with being able to like learn how to do stuff like chop my own jelly and start a fire and things that you can't start a fire in Brooklyn. They'll call you an arson. They'll call you'll be locked up for arson. You know what I mean? So out here, I steam. I have my steam chalice, and so we would have to burn out all these coconut shells all the time and starting all these fires. And so I was able to get more connected with the earth and go like to the river and the beach and stuff like that and land. And it's a very different reality. And I know everything, the grass is always greener on the other side. I know lots of people want to go to New York, but when you grew up there and you never experienced like nature at all, it's a big difference. So growing up looking at a brick wall, when you open your window, you literally just see a brick wall, or
Yeah.
looking where you see a whole mountainside with all this like lush vegetation and ackee and mangoes and all kinds of. I didn't even know like food didn't come from the store. You know, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, food, and it grows on trees, and you can
Yes.
just eat it. Amazing. So yeah, it's been a vital part of my journey for sure, and I'm
I'm so
grateful,
glad you got to
very
experience
grateful.
both sides, and that you got to see that there's so much more to the looking out your window at a brick wall. A lot of music comes out of New York City, and a lot of great artists have come out of New York City. But there's nothing like the wind and the water and and all the good stuff that you can get, not only
The
for your
elements,
melanin.
elements.
Charge up your third
Mental.
eye and stuff like that. Put your feet in the sand and really, really root yourself, ground yourself in the elements. It's such a huge part of who we are as human beings. You also have Roots Wine Music, the music video, and you also have the playlist music video, which is also from the album, that song. I love that song,
Thank you.
playlist. It's so
Yes,
beautiful. You sound beautiful.
it's one of my best songs, I think, for sure.
Yes. Tell me
I
about
love.
the music video and the concept
Shot
for
that
that,
video
the song.
in LA. I created that concept. I styled the video. I styled everybody. Got all the outfits myself.
Wow.
To give it that like vintage 70s look. And
Yes.
then I had a filmmaker. He's in LA and he's from Belize. And yeah, so he came through. I found a friend of mine who I knew from when I was 13. I guess I left out this time. I was very smart as a child, and I was in all these like gifted programs and stuff. And
Wow.
I went, when I was 13, I went to this program that was at the University of Indiana, and it was for children of African descent or whatever, talking about the civil rights movement. Black kids. You go and you do a little test, and you go there for a couple weeks through the summer, and it was all about civil rights and different stuff about the Black experience in America and different stuff like that. So I met this friend of mine there, and he actually played the electrician in the playlist video. He's a comedian now, and he lives in LA as well. So he moved from Indiana and lives in LA. And yeah, he came through, and he had the good vintage look too with the little hat. It was
Yes.
great. It all came together pretty well, to be knowing that these are concepts that I created with my own mind and without, I don't have $1 million to make this video, but I can make you feel the vibe and give you that old school vintage, feeling. And yeah, I think we did a great job with this one as well. So big ups to everyone who made the playlist video great. I do appreciate everybody who comes through to represent for me. Definitely couldn't do it without the people. So gotta big up the people every time. You know.
Yeah, shout out to your team on that. And it's wonderful to know you came up with the concept because I do love the concept. I love vintage everything. And you're definitely creative in your designers, clearly, in your mind. You can come up with these a bunch of more things I want to talk to you about and kind of pick your brain about. I do see some questions coming in at the bottom of the screen. You guys can drop the questions in the little question box to the right hand side. I will be getting to the questions shortly for Empress Tough Like Iron. Oh, some of these comments are so sweet coming in. You guys are so sweet. You do have also a song. I'm gonna play the True Queen track. I can't play out the full track on the Instagram Live. So I've curated a list of all your music, the music I love the most. I've listened to all of your music, and I did curate a playlist that I'm gonna play after our interview just for the radio listeners. So if you guys want to tune in to hear all of her music, the special curated playlist I've created for Tough Like Iron, you're gonna have to keep it locked at 9 p.m. on the radio, which is rootsreggaehub.com. But if you're joining us just for the video portion of this interview, then you're good. I'm going to play a little snippet right now of True Queen before I get into the second half of the questions. I do want you guys to hear the song. I can only play about 30 seconds, guys. It's not me. It's Instagram, I swear. I can't play the full track until after the Q&A, after the show. I will play up all the music after that.
Dog.
Sorry about that. I have a miniature pincher and he's a guard dog. But I'm going to play True Queen for you guys now so you guys can hear it while my dog runs out in the backyard. This is True Queen Part 1. Tough Like Iron on the track. All right. Big tune, guys, for you. Keep it locked here on the rootsreggaehub.com. There it is, guys. I'll pull up the track so you guys can take it in. True Queen, Tough Like Iron.
You're a true queen, if you really knew your worth. Cause the systems will try everything just to drag you through the dirt. Till you're more than beautiful, resilient. And her beauty is so brilliant. Even if she never have the millions, you know she still live up. And she always moves so militant. Then I get caught up in them silly plans. They want to see her skin out on her head top. Then say, girl, we get freaky like your ass clap. I know the princess want an implant and an ass shot. We are wonder where the back are. True queen, shady magic. If you really do your work.
I don't want to get such a big track, you guys. I'm so sorry I can't play out the full tune for you guys here right now, but I will play out the full track after the show at 9 o'clock. I will be playing the track out for all my radio listeners tuned in 228 countries around the world. I love you guys. Bless up the reggae massive worldwide. All right. True Queen, such a huge track. Check out the video. Follow Tough Like Iron on YouTube for all the latest videos. You guys got to keep it locked.
There's songs on the rhythm. There's more songs on the rhythm.
That's Omega. Right. Queen Omega is also on the rhythm.
And there's a couple of
who else is on the rhythm? Let everybody know.
I don't know the names off the top of my head. I just know Queen Omega. But there's 2 other songs as well from 2 other sisters. So check it out. True Queen Rhythm.
Yes, True Queen Rhythm. I believe it's Nishi too. I think that's how you say her name. Roots Life is in here. He should drop the names in the comment. I think he's here. I see some questions coming in. I will get to the questions in a few minutes. I won't forget you guys. I also see some questions on Twitter. I won't forget you guys either. But you have to keep it locked here for all the Tough Like Iron music, which I will be playing after the show. I'm going to play also a snippet of Digital Dread because it's a new release. and I love the track because I have crypto. You know, I'm invested. Yeah.
What's your email?
So I love your movements with that, and the song is sick. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but it's brand new as well. So, but before I play the second track, tell me about your musical mission. You have a song called Musical Mission as well. So tell me about your musical mission.
I do. Really a part of my NFT project. It's an NFT music project that's called Digital Dread. So I wanted to, I have the song selling as NFTs on the blockchain, but I also wanted to put it on the regular platform so people could be able to hear it because the songs are about cryptocurrency trading, the blockchain, and this new technology, and just trying to educate the community about it in a little bit. But it's also like they're good songs and they're fun songs and they're cool, but you might learn a couple phrases. So if you hear something in these songs that you don't know, and you just go on Google and type it in and say, "Oh, what's the blockchain?" Like we have there's 6 different songs. They're also on Audius Music right now, which is a decentralized music streaming platform. But in the meantime, I will have the rest of them out soon, but Digital Dread is on iTunes and everything. Or you can get the NFTs. They're on OpenSea, and all those links are in my bio.
Yeah, so for anybody that like has no idea, yeah, brilliant son.
They know about my son. Do you know about my son?
Someone is asking about your son. Jadea in the
Young
chat is
chef.
asking about your son. You're cutting out a little bit. We lost you. You're just loading, but we would love to hear more.
Let me move around again. Oh, is that better? I got some more bars over here, so I'll stay over here. Yes, but K Clay is my 11-year-old artist son from Trinidad. He does have some NFTs for sale as well. He has a Radiant Toads NFT collection that we're looking to use some of that to help fund his old bigger project, which is called Mycelians, which is like a whole series about mushroom people that it's all very in depth. He has all these storylines, and he's even got theme music. Like he's very creative. All he does all day is do his art. See, Jadea knows what's up. Toad Tuesdays, because and on Tuesdays we talk to him on live about his art, his NFT collection, and his latest work. So he does claymation. I'll send you some links and stuff after we finish. You can check it out.
Yes,
He's
I would love to check that
very
out.
I can imagine that he's going to be going very far with his art and the stuff that he's doing because he's extremely passionate and very driven. And at such a young age, I see him like really being passionate about something, which is great because I feel like a lot of people sometimes don't even develop that in life, ever become particularly passionate about anything. They're just there. You know what I mean? So I love that he has something that he gets up in the morning and is like excited to do. And it's whatever, making things out of clay. The other day I had to buy $150 worth of clay. You know what I mean? Doesn't that seem like a lot of clay?
I love that. Oh my gosh. I'd be like, all right, I'll get it. It's a lot, but he needed it clearly.
I get him a clay sponsor. Can he get Crayola or somebody sponsor
Yeah,
him?
we need someone. Definitely. You definitely need a sponsor if it's going to be happening on the regular. You can be he can definitely be a, I guess you would call that a brand ambassador. Yes.
He's his own brand. I have nothing to do with this stuff that he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm helping try to promote what he's doing and talk about it so he could get it out there to people, because he does it at the house all the time. He'll sit there and draw 1 million stuff. And so I'm just trying to help him turn that passion into something that he's also sharing with the world, you know? But I don't come, he has names, he has all the stuff. Like, he's a full package. He's like a whole Disney Channel within himself. He's got different accents and, you know what I mean? Like, all kinds of. I'm like, too bad he's probably sleeping right now, or we should have added him to this live. He's way more interesting than I am.
Oh, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, they say, right? So he has a good example.
This is a tough tree, and that's a tough baby. Trust me.
Yes, you got to make them tough in this good time. Yeah.
My son Ayatungo, he's a young chef, so he's been cooking for a lot of his life, and he makes, you know, natural food, Ayatungo food, vegetarian or vegan, whatever you want to call it. He doesn't. They've never ate meat. They were both born at home, 2 home births, and no meat or, like, you know, dairy stuff. Like, I always give them non-dairy, no meat. So they're kind of been on a different path from day one. You know what I mean? Hey, Delimatic, my Bridget. What's up, Delimatic? Yo, I just landed in Jamaica, bro.
Big up, big up, big up. For anyone who doesn't know what an NFT for music is, what they are, how to get involved, check out Digital Dread. And I mean, what advice can you give someone that wants to find out more, like, about NFTs or wants to get involved?
A really good place to so a basic information is that NFT stand for a non-fungible token, and that is a digital asset that is registered on a digital ledger called the blockchain. So it's basically like a public registration of information that could be about the sales of different stuff. So basically what I tell people is, think of the NFT itself as like a title for a car or a house, and the car or the house is whatever you're purchasing. So that could be my song, that could be a lifetime access to all of my shows, it could be a merchandise item, it could be a digital wearable that you use in the metaverse. It could literally be anything, but it's an agreement. So it's basically like it's a contract, but it's called a smart contract. That's between the creator and the person who is purchasing. So it will be registered to say, okay, you purchased this item, whether it's digital item, physical item, whatever, it costs this much ETH or whatever currency it's being, you know, registered with. And then this is the wallet that created it. This is where it went to. So it's the reason it's good for music is because right now as artists, we can sell our music directly to our audience as NFTs, and we will be collecting that funds instantly. So if you go right now onto my OpenSea and you say, oh, I love what Tuff's doing, I'm gonna buy the whole Digital Dread project. There's 6 different tracks. So you go and buy all 6 of them. I'm gonna get all of that funds in my wallet right now. Whereas with Spotify and those kind of stuff, artists have to wait like 9 months to get a fraction of a penny. And the way that Spotify even operates is, even the people who pay for Spotify and those kind of streaming services, well, I don't know if all of them are the same, but I know this about Spotify specifically, that if you say you pay your $10 or $15 a month, whatever it is, and you only listen to Tough Like Iron, your money doesn't go to me. Your money still goes to Drake and whoever's got the biggest slice of the pie, because they have like a pie system where they put all of the monies into a pie and they slice it up based on, you know, who has the most streams and who has the most listeners. Those people get the most of the money. So it's not necessarily the most fair way of doing the, you know, reporting, and the actual people want to support me, but they listen to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that their money goes to me. Exactly. So if you buy NFTs instead, then the money's going to go into the artist's digital wallet immediately. And it's just a new way to be able to build community and build wealth. And it's also important to educate ourselves about new things that are happening and be up to the time, you know? There's like a crazy bear market going on right now, and it looks a little bit crazy. But this technology is here to stay. as far as I know. I'm not a financial advisor.
Yes, it's here to
My
stay. It's
opinion,
here to stay. I agree.
not take it as, oh, go do exactly what Tuff said. You have to, in this world, we say DYOR, do your own research. So anybody who's interested in learning more about the whole NFTs for music and art and the whole NFT movement, a good place I would say to start is with the OpenSea. They have on OpenSea it's called like the NFT Bible. They can just look and they have all kinds of information, anything you might want to find out. And you can also go into Twitter Spaces. Twitter is really a great place to talk with NFT community and learn. And if you have questions or you want advice or you're thinking about how can you start your NFT collection or you just want to know more about what the technology is, Twitter is a great space to find lots of people talking all day about NFTs. And you can actually make some great connections talking with these NFT people. So yeah, as I was saying, Blanca the dancer is also into the NFT world, and we went to NFT NYC the other day, and we've been hanging out with some really cool NFT people. Like we met the creators of Rarible, and we were like hanging out with the creators of Rarible. They're from Russia. They
That's
love
awesome.
making culture. People in Russia love dance hall and stuff like that. So
Yes.
connecting Blanca the dancer, NFTs, and you know what I mean? Just the whole, we've been making some amazing connections as well, which is cool because I feel like it's a very open space in a lot of ways where people are willing to answer questions or walk you through something or talk about ideas or what might work or what might not work. And it's pretty like cool, I think, in my experience. So
Yes. I love that. I love the
I
connections
would
you're
like everyone
making.
to do a little research, learn about it.
Yes, everybody has to research. If you guys don't know what blockchain is now yet, I'd be so pretty surprised, but I'm sure that, some people are still have questions. So yes, do your own
As
research.
they still say that it's like about 5% of the population who knows about these things. So
Wow.
we're still early adopters. We're so early that they're still trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so true.
It's
I'm
super early.
invested in blockchain
Yeah.
technology. I'm invested and I'm holding on because obviously, like you said, the market's crazy right now. So I'm holding on. I have some Hive, I guess you could say shares in Hive, which is a blockchain. Mostly they mine Ethereum, but I'm invested in a couple different blockchains and companies, people that are Hive managed or that sort of thing. So I do want everyone to check out your NFTs.
Yeah, it is on OpenSea, and I do want to have some more NFT projects in the future, but definitely check this one out. I have a couple other things that are on there as well besides this project. I started putting my NFTs out. It's like a long time in the NFT world, over a year ago. So it's like I'm like an NFT OG, baby. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna play Digital Dread for you guys. I want everyone to hear it. It does give us some examples of what we're talking about now. So this is it. All right, for you guys, Digital Dread on rootsreggaehub.com. Brand new track, Tough Like Iron. Big tune, guys. All right, listen to the lyrics.
Digital Dread.
Pull up on the track.
Digital dread, the revolution will be decentralized. They call me digital dread. I'm holding an ancient web, living in a digital realm, building wealth for the little youth. They call me digital dread. Holding an ancient web in a digital realm. Building wealth for the new human. the little youth them. They call me digital, holding an ancient faith.
As you guys can hear, the track is tough, like tough, tough, tough.
Also,
Huge track,
we
Digital
also have
Dread, talking about blockchain.
we also have Nazi on that track. So big ups to Nazi, my G, who is my NFT and crypto mentor, who I've been learning all this stuff from over the past few months and years now. So yeah, thanks to the Coin God for
Yes,
being a part of this project and giving myself and enough other ones enough inspiration. And he does also have a lot of different classes and stuff. So if you're looking for more information and stuff, you can always tune in with Nati as well. He's KNTI, Nati.
looks like it's KNXTTI. That's how it's spelled,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys find him, check him out, especially if he has classes. I recommend everybody, if you don't know about what this digital movement is, I'm a digital girl in the digital world from day,
Right.
but
I don't want to get left behind.
no, we don't. You
People are
don't.
making all billions of dollars and stuff.
Yes,
I want some M's in my digital wallet.
yes. I love it. I love it. You also have dropped Street Clothes and everything. Tell me about the new tracks that you just released. How did they come to be? How did they manifest?
Well, Street Clothes is a collaboration with my boy Rick Hayes out of Florida. And he's just got a really cool voice that kind of is like it's kind of rap like, like he sounds like a rapper, but he gives it like a little reggae flavor a little bit. So it's cool. I really like his sound, and I was glad that we were able to he's got such a deep voice. And so then my part is like really high. It's like got a great contrast between his like very manly voice and my like feminine voice. And it's still, my part is like hard though, that's like, there's some hard lines in there. Tough.
Tough, tough, tough. I love the tracks.
And then
Yeah.
everything is actually not released yet. It's gonna be our first release. That's gonna be through Dancer Mafia for my upcoming project. I have an upcoming EP project, and this is a single from the project. So it's actually gonna be released July 29th. And the video will be out August 2nd. We have the video for everything and the song coming at the end of the month, though it's not actually out yet. So this is a preview. What I sent you is just a preview of what's coming for everything.
Yes, I love that. I love it. I love to get things before they're released because I feel special.
Hey,
And the track is
you're a true
awesome.
queen. You need to get
True,
everything
true.
early.
True
Access.
queens all the way, all the way. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I do have a couple questions. I don't want to ignore you guys. Somebody's asking on Twitter, where will your event be in Jamaica? I don't know if you said the location of your event.
It's be in St. Thomas at Zion Oasis Beach, Green Wall, St. Thomas. And that's July 30th. It's going from the evening, from like about 8, 9 o'clock, I think, going to the night. So we'll be outside at the beach chilling out. If you're in Jamaica,
You guys gotta
link
find
up.
her. If you're in Jamaica, you know where to be on the 30th. Another person is asking about your hair care products. Your hair care products?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. I have a
Yes.
collaboration with my sister actually makes the products, but I'm a part of her business and I represent the products. I help with all the visuals and the different stuff. And she actually is the one who makes them though. It's called Lotus Balm Essentials and it's all natural. It's got like castor oil and aloe vera and a lot of nice essential oils and stuff that it's really great for bringing back your curl pattern when you wash your hair and stuff like that. It kind of, your hair gets kind of dry and it needs like that moisture renew. It's great for hair growth and it's good for locks and natural hair. And yes, that's Lotus Balm Essentials. that there's an IG and we have a website as well. So if anyone's interested in trying it, it's really great and I do highly recommend it. I actually it kept encouraging my friend to try to get this business going because I believed in how great her product was, and she usually just made it for us to use personally. So I was like, you need to be selling this because this is too good, and
Yeah.
people have been doing great, and it's amazing. Like the results that the product gives people is really amazing. So I'm glad to see that, and I hope to see it go very far and become a Carol's daughter type scenario. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I'm definitely
we're
going to check
looking
them
for.
out. I'm always looking for things to use in my locks, and I don't really use much at all, but you know, sometimes your hair gets dry and you need to put something in it. So I do want to check that out as well. You guys check that out on your Instagram at Tough Like Iron. She has all her links there for you guys to check out. Your clothing line, apparel, your hair products, your NFTs. You're doing it all, Empress, which I love. I have a few more
Hey,
questions.
all
I don't want
right.
to ignore the people here that are asking questions. This one I think you answered already. How you got your name, Tough Like Iron. I think you answered that one in
Yeah,
the beginning.
I just gave it to myself. How about that?
She born tough. She had to get tough. She's tough and
You know what?
motivated. You answered that in the first half of
Move
the interview
tough
with it.
like I.
And we have another question here saying, have you had any exposure to African spirituality, ancient African spirituality?
Um, not really, like not directly. You know, I am Rastafari, so that's kind of ancient. We're kind of ancient, but it's not like really such a specific thing. Like the anciency that I have is just like from nature, just natural because I'm human, and so I understand that we've been here and it's like a one family, one blood, one kind oneness. So I believe in the oneness of creation of the trees and the flowers and the bees and all of the people them and you know what I mean. We're like one life force and one energy. So there's anciency in that, but specifically about specific African spirituality in the ancient sense, other than maybe like the Orthodox Christian Ethiopian people would be the most closest people that I have any experience with. Honestly, I do know like some people who are like into like the Yoruba culture and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's what they mean. I'm not sure what they mean exactly. Could be like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yoruba.
different types of African spirituality
And
because,
I don't know much about it personally because I do.
yeah,
It's like I don't like to. I don't like to force up myself and stuff that I don't know about. You know what I mean? Or I have reverence. I have a lot of reverence for people's beliefs and their spirituality and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to, disrespect anybody or anything like that either. So big
yes.
ups to everybody and and everybody in spirituality. Big up on yourself.
Pick up everybody, no matter what spiritual beliefs you have. I do believe
Right.
in oneness and I
As
do
long as
believe in nature as
it
well.
makes you good and makes you live a good life and deal with people good. I can treat the people I'm around you with love. That's why I don't need too much religion. It's not too hard to show love to people. It's not hard to be a good person. I don't need a book to tell me don't steal and don't kill people and stuff like that. I have sense, you know what I mean? So if everyone just acted like they had sense, we'd be living in a very different world than the one we are living in. But they have all these religion and all these different stuff for people to follow, and they don't even follow it. They don't even do the people who usually do that. A lot of them, not to say everyone, but a lot of people who are so-called religious, and they can't even do the stuff that they're supposedly saying that they're supposed to do. You know
Right.
what I
So
mean?
there's such strict
They can't
guidelines,
even
they
show
can't even
love.
follow
They're
it,
so
right?
religious, but they can't even show a little bit of love. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's not religion because you're supposed to be able to show love to people. It doesn't matter what their background is or if they're whatsoever they practice and whatsoever. As long as they're not practice like they might worship the devil or something, then you know what I mean?
Exactly. As
Whatever.
long as it's good over evil, right?
You know what I mean? Whatever works for you and it actually works and make you be a good person, then I support it, you know?
Yeah. Big up, big up. I love that. We also have one other question coming in from Arisos. Ariso. I think that's how you say your name, Legato. Which producers would you like to work with? I know he's a producer, actually.
Okay. Well,
Ariso.
oh, that's who it is. Ariso. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. But I guess I don't really have anybody in specific in mind. I just would like to. I'm right now trying to make some more up-tempo music because I have a lot of dancing family. So now I need some more music that we could dance more to. So I'm looking
Yes.
for stuff that can kind of be the kind of sound that I'm thinking of more than a specific person, you know? So Ari, I hope that answers your question a little bit. I
Yes,
don't have
Ari.
particular that I'm like, oh, this person, that person. I'd love to work with some big producers, some big name people. That'd be cool. But I also would love to work with somebody that think their sound sounds really good too. So, you
I
know.
know Ari is a very talented producer. I know he's produced for some other female reggae artists. So he's gonna have to DM you. He's gonna have to get in her DMs. And I know he's very, very talented as well. So he'll probably reach out to you. Big up Ari. Thank you guys for the questions. I won't keep you too much longer. I just have a
Big
few
ups
more
to everyone.
questions before I let you go. I know you're busy in Jamaica and you have a lot to do. So tell me somewhere in the world you've traveled to that you absolutely love and why.
Um, well, I went the well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna still go with Spain. I went to Spain a couple of years ago on tour, and it was quite an experience for me. It was great to go to a different continent and be performing and stuff, but it was also really, it was pretty spiritual for me when I went there and see the difference between um, being in America and being there. Like, there was a lot of ancient stuff there, and there was a lot of stuff that was clearly built by the Moors. And when I went to different places, I saw African symbols that were in the street, that were made in some little 1-inch stones that were like carved into like the road was made like that. The road is ancient from, 700 years ago and stuff. And so to see the architecture and see the African influence in this place, it just taught me a lot about history. I actually went and saw history. I actually went to a place where they said that this is a place that um, King Haile Selassie I went to as like being a spiritual man and a religious like center where they had mosques and Jewish temples and they had Christian in the city of Toledo. So it was just like really an experience to see all of those different connections between, the old world and the Moors and how they really influenced Europe. And it's right there. It's not like you can't hide it. There's nothing to hide about what the Moors did in Europe because when I was in Spain, I went and I saw the arches and the architecture and everything was right there. And it's like a part of history and I was able to witness that. So that was very powerful for me. And that also on that trip got to make a quick jump to Morocco, just touch in a Morocco. So that was an experience, I could never forget seeing that Sankofa in the street. I love the Sankofa symbol, and it's always like hidden in some little places. It's in Jamaica a lot too, like in the gates. Sometimes when the ironwork, you see they have the heart. So I seen that in the road in Spain, and I was like, wow, the connection deep. You know what I mean? The culture is there. It's just like if you open your eyes and see it.
Yes, yes. A lot of the architect, a lot of the paintings, from the 16th, 17th centuries and stuff like that. It's like you see the presence, the Black African presence, the Moors presence all across Europe. It's
But it
very,
was just something that they never explained. And then you see these people, you see some people in the picture who look kind of dark, and then they have on like these red clothes and stuff that The other people look really plain. Like the European people look really plain. It's the Moors who came with their, you know, fanciness and their attire and their spices and their, you know what I mean, sauce. The Moors have all the sauce, you know? So that's what I learned when I went over there. It was a
Yes, big
joy.
up all the Moors. Big up everybody who's aware of the African global presence, and aware of, you know, that things didn't start with Columbus. It didn't start with
What
Columbus,
actually happened
guys.
was that they rescued Columbus. They found Columbus. He didn't discover anything. They discovered him drowning somewhere and went and saved him in the wrong direction. They
It's
weren't even
hilarious.
sailing in
Oh,
the
I
right.
love that. I love you sharing, dropping that knowledge. Yes, exactly. He got lost and ended up thinking he discovered somewhere that was long discovered long before he got there. So tell me something that you are most grateful for, or what are you most grateful for? I hope you can still hear me. We lost you a little bit here. I hope you're still connected. Um, we're coming to the end of the interview, guys, but I do want to get that answer in before I let Tough Like Iron go. I will be playing a curated playlist after the show, so you have to keep it locked here on rootsradiohub.com for the full playlist from Tough Like Iron. I have curated a special playlist of her music for all of you guys to tune in. You will be hearing the Elemental album as well as all of her brand new tracks. I'll be playing right after this. I just wanted for you to answer that question before I let you go. What are you most grateful for?
The connection. You know, my apologies for the technical difficulties, but I
No
just
worries.
want everyone to know that I'm very grateful to be able to be tough like iron and create some kind of art or a movement or a vibration in the earth and people respond to it. So I'm grateful to you, my sister. I'm grateful to everybody who's on this live. I'm grateful to everybody who's ever pressed play on one of my songs or purchased one of my TAMs or even just watched one of my videos or even just said, wow, you know, look at that hairstyle. Or maybe I could try to do my hair like that. Or so, you know what I mean? Just different stuff. I'm just trying to inspire people, and you know, the people inspire me to keep inspiring myself to kind of try to keep it's like an inspiration. You know what I mean? Cycle. So that's what I'm grateful for. You know, thank you all so much
And
for
I'm
having me.
grateful for you. I'm grateful for artists like you who also inspire me, and you're the reason I do what I do. You know, I love to big up all the empresses out there doing amazing things, and you are definitely one of them. Tell people where they can find you on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You know, spell it out for them so they know where to find you.
Okay, fam. I am Tough Like Iron. That's TuffLikeIron. And I'm on Instagram, Tough Like Iron, Twitter, Tough Like Iron, YouTube, Tough Like Iron. And also, I have my clothing and my website, toughlikeIron.org. So you can go on there if you would like to purchase a Tough Tam or some t shirts. There's some different items on there. Got some steamed chalice on there. You know, I have pop-up videos and music and different things on there as well. Blog about the NFTs that are coming out and things. So check out the website. And yes, I'm so easy to find. You know, I'm on Spotify and all these things. It's the same name. Just type in Tough Like Iron and you will get a lot of tough stuff.
Tough Like Iron for
I
everything tough.
guarantee
Keep it
that.
locked here after this interview. I will be playing a curated playlist of Tough Like Iron music, including the album she recently dropped and the new tracks, Digital Dread. I'm going to be playing out all the songs in full on the radio for 1 full hour. I'm gonna
My,
the playlist is about an hour, so it should run from now 9:15 to about 10:15. All Tough Like Iron tracks back to back to back. It's a hot list, guys. So you gotta keep it here because it's gonna be tough. keep it locked. Thank
All
you
right,
so
Cindy, thank you
much.
so much. It's been a joy. Big ups to everyone on the live here, self-detached. That's one of my NFT friends right there. Big ups to all digital dreads and all of you who are not digital dreads. Do your own research. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes. Bye.
Big
Bless up,
more.
everybody. See you next week. Bless up, Empress. One love. One love.